Do you eat a healthy breakfast every morning? Or are you starving again by the time lunch comes around? Or are you someone who is so busy that you just skip breakfast entirely? Well, today I'm going to show you how to make overnight oats. It's a fast and simple, healthy breakfast that can keep you full longer through the day. Making overnight oats is really easy. You can save money by using it for breakfast. It's a very healthy way to eat breakfast, and it will satisfy your hunger and keep you focused longer through the morning. All it takes is 3 easy steps. The first is to gather all of the ingredients that you need. The second is to combine and mix everything together. And the third is to let it soak overnight in the fridge and then top it off and eat it the next morning. First, let's get ready by getting everything out that we need. You will need to gather all of the ingredients that you want to use in your overnight oats. First, it will be oatmeal or oats. I have old-fashioned oats that are 100% whole grain because that's what I like. And then you're going to need some type of milk. It can be dairy, dairy-free, whole milk, 2% milk, almond milk, oat milk, whatever kind of milk that you like. I use skim milk. And then some yogurt. I chose Kroger brand vanilla yogurt. That's just my preference. You can use whatever kind of yogurt that you like. And then next is sweeteners and butters like syrup, maple syrup, honey. I use raw honey. You can use almond butter, jelly, peanut butter, and then I use chia seeds. You can use flaxseed meal and some stevia if you want to use that, or even sugar. Last is spices. I like to use cinnamon, nutmeg, sometimes a little bit of pumpkin spice. You can use whatever spices that you like. Mostly people use cinnamon. And then last, you're going to need some type of container with a lid and your measuring stuff. And then a scoop or a spoon to stir everything together with. Now that we have went over all the ingredients and the materials that we need, let's get to mixing everything together. Measuring and mixing is an easy 3 steps. You want to measure out everything, how much that you prefer to put in yours. I'm going to go over how much I prefer to put in mine today. First, I'm going to start with a cup or so of oats. Then second is about a cup. I'm making a little less than what I normally make, so about a cup and a half a cup to a cup of milk. And then half a cup of yogurt or a 1/4 of a cup of yogurt, just depends how much you're making. And then about a tablespoon of honey or syrup, or 2 tablespoons if that's what you like. I use 2 tablespoons of chia seeds when I'm making a bigger batch that'll last me a day or 2. And then about a pinch of flaxseed meal. And sometimes I use protein powder, usually half a scoop, about 1/4 a scoop to half a scoop. I don't really like the flavor of it too much. And then next we're going to stir everything in together. We're going to start with the dry ingredients. I have everything already measured out. I'm going to start with the spices, and then the chia seeds and flax meal. And then you want to mix it up a little bit so it's stirred in well. Then we're going to add in the wet ingredients. I like to use this scoop better because it scoops everything out better than a spoon would. And I just realized that I didn't add any honey to that, so I'm going to squirt some honey in here. then you just mix it all together, and sometimes you can taste test it. It will feel a little gritty because it hasn't soaked up all of the ingredients yet, the milk and the yogurt. And it's going to be a little runny. You want it to be a little runny right now because it's going to soak overnight. Then you're just going to put the lid on top of it. And now that we have gone over what to use and how to mix everything together, we are going to discuss how to store it. After combining and mixing everything to your liking, you're going to want to soak it and then prepare it when breakfast comes. To store overnight oats, you're going to want to put it in the fridge roughly between 6 to 12 hours, and it's going to last 2 to 4 days, maybe a little longer. And then you can put it in the freezer and it'll last about several months. I've never done that, but that's what I've heard you can do. You can put it in the freezer and keep it longer. When breakfast comes around, you're going to use whatever toppings you would like. You can use fruit, dried fruit. You can use more seeds. You can use like hazelnuts, pecans, coconut flakes, chocolate, fresh fruit, anything that you want to put on top of it. And this looks amazing. I cannot wait to eat it in the morning for breakfast and top it with some berries and maybe a little bit of chocolate and a little bit more cinnamon on top. Making overnight oats is simple. And all you have to do is simply gather everything that you need the night before and measure it out, or when you make it so many times, you just throw it in there and stir it up and you get the right consistency, and you'll just be able to do it faster every time. And then you soak it overnight, top it in the morning, and you're ready to eat. And it roughly contains about 300 calories, give or take. You know, I feel that eating them cooler is easier to digest instead of hot oatmeal. And I have felt that it has helped aid my weight loss, and it helps keep me full longer throughout the morning into lunch. When you're looking for a healthy, on budget, fast breakfast, overnights is the way to go.